In Lansing, the bustling state capital of Michigan, a musical prodigy was born. William Lee Apostol, better known as Billy Strings, entered the world on October 3, 1992. From a childhood scarred by loss to stages that echo his name, Billy's story is a testament to resilience, raw talent, and the enduring power of music. Billy's early years were steeped in hardship. At 2, his biological father died of a heroin overdose, leaving his mother, Deborah Apostol, to raise him alone in Moorhead, Kentucky, before moving to Muir, Michigan, a town barely 600 strong. Deborah married Terry Barber, a soulful bluegrass musician who became Billy's father in every way that mattered. But darkness loomed. By Billy's preteen years, his parents' methamphetamine addiction fractured their home, pushing him to leave at 13. During this time, his stepfather had to sell his Martin D93 guitar to keep the family going. For a time, he spiraled into hard drugs himself, couch surfing and scraping by. Yet, redemption came. Billy and his family fought their way to sobriety, with him embracing a California sober lifestyle, cannabis and occasional psychedelics, channeling his pain into music. As Willie Nelson sang with Billy in his song, California Sober. The old crew don't get together anymore these days much ever. Some went straight and some went straight to jail. Now they're busy posting vids and just trying to raise their kids instead of raising holy hell and posting bail. When Billy was 17, he discovered his dad's old guitar for sale online.
Some stuff got a little tough there for a while, just, figuring out how to pay for everything. And there was, times where, maybe our electricity got shut off or didn't have hot running water or, stuff like that. And it got to a point where my dad decided he was going to sell the Martin. The one thing in my house that had not only any kind of money value, but had so much sentimental and family value. And he decided that he had to sell it so that he could, get some money to provide for us. And it was around when I was 16 years old, I really was getting heavy back into bluegrass and listening to Doc Watson a whole bunch. And I didn't even own an acoustic guitar at that time. Came across this website that's called Unofficial Martin Guitar Forum website or something. So I clicked on it, and it's my dad's guitar. It's got his wear down by the pick guard. It's got the little cracks in the fretboard binding that I remember. So I messaged him and said, man, this is my dad's guitar. It's been missing. We had to sell it. I'm 17 years old. I don't have any money, but I will figure it out. Please don't sell it to anybody but me. And he said, man, how do I know you're not just a 17-year-old kid that's and then, and he said, well, I got people that on eBay that have cash right now and this and that. And I'm saying, I just was typing pages, crying kind of, I cannot believe this is my dad's guitar. And so he said, all right, if it's really your dad's guitar, I'll save it for you. I sent him $700 on the 3rd of every month, and then he sent me my dad's guitar, and then I drove over to my dad's house and I brought it inside and I sat it on the table. Could hardly open the case, one latch at a time. He just kind of was almost crippled by it. And he finally got to open it and just saw the guitar and kind of sat there and started crying. And then he pulled it out and he played John Deere Tractor, Larry Sparks' song. A song that really reminded him of his mom, and she had passed away, some in the time that guitar had been away. And so now the guitar's back in the family, and it's never leaving us again.
Terry Barber was Billy's musical cornerstone, schooling him in the sounds of Bill Monroe, Doc Watson, and Earl Scruggs. At 4, Billy clutched a guitar. At 6, he floored Terry by mastering Doc Watson's intricate Beaumont rag in their trailer's back room. That spark became a blaze. Billy dove into heavy metal and rock as a teen, mesmerized by Black Sabbath riffs, Jimi Hendrix solos, and Phish's sprawling jams. Playing in local metal bands, he honed a frenetic stage presence, headbanging and all, that would electrify his bluegrass shows. A close friend of his mother's, Monday, marveling at his skill on guitar, banjo, and mandolin, christened him Billy Strings, a name destined for stages worldwide. Hungry for a new start, Billy landed in Traverse City, Michigan, washing dishes by day and burning up open mics by night. In 2012, he teamed with mandolinist Don Julin, their chemistry catching fire.
On the way for the first time when I was 3 years old, I'm a freeborn man. My little home's on my bed. I know every inch of highway for the back road of my railroad track. Got a gal in Traverse City, a little woman in San Antone. I've always loved the girl next door, 'cause any place is home, I'm a freeborn man. My home's on my bed. I know every inch of highway for the back road of my railroad track. All right, man.
A 2014 performance of Meet Me at the Creek, shared by the Bluegrass Situation, went viral, thrusting Billy into the spotlight. He opened for his idols, Green Sky Bluegrass, calling them the band that changed my life. By 2016, he was a road warrior, grinding out 200 shows a year. In 2019, Rounder Records signed him, and by 2024, he'd joined Reprise Records, his star soaring as Bluegrass's new standard bearer. Billy's collaborations are a tapestry of sound, weaving bluegrass with worlds beyond. He shared stages with legends like Sam Bush and David Grisman, and jammed with jam band titans like Widespread Panic and the Grateful Dead's Bob Weir. His bond with Molly Tuttle, forged as Nashville roommates for 2 years, is a highlight. They cut tracks like Sittin' on Top of the World in 2017 and tore up the 2019 Gray Fox Bluegrass Festival with a blistering set. Billy's guitar work on Tuttle's Grammy-winning Crooked Tree, the track Dooley's Farm, and her vocals on his records speak to their deep creative trust. Beyond bluegrass, he's vibed with Post Malone, who crashed his 2022 Nashville show, sparking studio buzz. He swapped stories with Willie Nelson, recorded Look Up with T-Bone Burnett, and even caught Matthew McConaughey's eye for a potential film role after a backstage chat at Austin City Limits. Here's a gem. Billy so close with Phish's Trey Anastasio that Trey, alongside Primus's Les Claypool and Bob Weir, played his 2023 wedding, turning it into a jam session for the ages. Another tidbit? Billy once gifted Willie Nelson a custom guitar pick, engraved with Willie's Weed, a nod to their shared love of cannabis culture. Billy's discography is his life and song. His 2017 debut, Turmoil and Tinfoil, climbed to number 3 on Billboard's Bluegrass albums, with Dust in a Baggie laying bare his struggles. Home, in 2019, produced by Glenn Brown, snagged a Grammy for Best Bluegrass Album, its psychedelic edge topping Heatseekers and Bluegrass charts. Renewal, in 2021, crafted with Jonathan Wilson, blended metal and rock, earning a Grammy nod. Me and Dad, in 2022, a tribute to Terry Barber, scored another nomination, while 2024's Highway Prayers hit number 1 on top album sales with 20 tracks of raw power. Live Volume 1, also in 2024, captured his global stage magic, from Paris's La Cigale to Nashville's Ryman Auditorium, winning a Grammy in 2025. His awards stack high: 2 Grammys, 7 nominations, IBMA's Entertainer of the Year in 2021 and 2022, Guitar Player of the Year, and Song of the Year for Red Daisy. He's claimed 2 Americana Awards and 2024 International Folk Music Artist of the Year, with early nods from the Bluegrass Situation and a 2019 Rolling Stone feature hailing him as the bluegrass star you don't want to miss. Billy Strings is the Renaissance man of bluegrass, fusing razor-sharp flat-picking with jamgrass improvisation that draws purists, jam band fans, and metalheads alike. Jamgrass is where bluegrass tradition meets free-spirited improvisation. Picture the crisp, lightning-fast banjo rolls and fiddle runs of classic bluegrass, rooted in the Appalachian soul of Bill Monroe, blended with the loose, exploratory vibe of a Grateful Dead jam. It's high energy, yet fluid, with razor-sharp flat-picking guitar, pulsing upright bass, and soaring mandolin, weaving intricate patterns. Songs stretch into extended psychedelic grooves, often laced with hints of rock, jazz, and even metal, as musicians trade solos in a spontaneous conversation. Billy's sold-out arena runs, like Denver's Ball Arena, and headlining slots at Bonnaroo and Lollapalooza, are rewriting the genre's playbook. Songs rooted in addiction, poverty, and redemption hit like a gut punch, keeping bluegrass urgent and alive. He's fearless in exploration, studying jazz and classical guitar with instructor Rob Capoletto since May of 2023 to sharpen his edge. A little-known story. During a 2018 festival, Billy cornered banjo legend Béla Fleck for an impromptu lesson in a parking lot, scribbling tips on a crumpled napkin he still keeps. Billy is obsessed with vintage gear, shelling out $200,000 for a 1946 Martin D18 guitar, once played by Lester Flatt. But the guitar he calls his holy grail is a 1944 Martin D28 he bought from Gruen Guitars in Nashville.
Folks, I'm Billy Strings, and I'm here at Gruen's Guitars in Nashville, Tennessee, and playing a 1944 Martin D28, which is just incredible. And there's a whole bunch of these guitars down here, but this one is really a cannon. I'll give you a little sample of the sound.
In 2023, Billy married Allie Dale, his former tour manager, in a star-studded ceremony. Their son, born September 2024, drives Billy to be the father he once longed for. Offstage, he's open about mental health, battling imposter syndrome despite 750,000 Instagram followers. His net worth, pegged at $5 to $10 million, hasn't dulled his humility. He still takes guitar lessons and mentors young pickers at festivals. Family ties bring pain too. In 2020, his half-brother faced murder charges, with Billy's fame dragged into court, a wound he rarely discusses. The charges were later dropped. A quirky fact, Billy's such a Lord of the Rings fan, he named his tour bus Gandalf and has a tattoo of Frodo's sword Sting on his arm, a nod to his nerdy side. Billy Strings isn't just reviving bluegrass, he's redefining it, stitching tradition to rebellion with every note. From a broken home in Muir, Michigan, to the world's biggest stages, his music heals, unites, and endures. This is Billy Strings, and his story is far from over.
On the way for the first time when I was 3 years old, I'm a freeborn man. My little home's on my bed. I know every inch of highway, for the back road of my railroad track. Got a gal in Traverse City, a little woman in San Antonio. I've always loved the girl next door, 'cause any place is home, I'm a freeborn man. My home's on my bed. I know every inch of highway, for the back road of my railroad track. All right, man. Well, you may not like my appearance, and you may not like my song. Well, you may not like the way I talk, but you love it when I'm gone. I'm a freeborn man. My home's on my bed. I know every inch highway, for the back road of my railroad track. back road, mile railroad track. Yes, I know every